The best thing you can ever do in life is watch this show, period. Let's see about it. All right, y'all, it's your girl C, and we are back with another episode of Let's See About It. And the very first thing we are going to do, as usual, is introduce our lovely guest, starting to our right.
Hey, y'all, I'm Kiana. I'm a Capricorn representing... period.
I'm G's. I'm from North. It's my man.
Okay.
I'm just B, you know what I mean? North side, Capricorn.
Oh, I was supposed to say my sign. My fault. I'm a Taurus.
Okay, I mean, you ain't had to, but let them know, whatever.
Catch it.
All right, so before I even get into my very first topic, which is what I usually do, I'm actually going to have a quick question for you guys. The question is, if you was in a burning house and can only save either one sibling or 5 strangers, who would you save and why?
Say my sibling.
Definitely my sibling.
Why?
The reason why, like, you have emotional attachment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though it's a kind of like a moral question, to where it's like oh, you should save 5 people instead of 1. But you have emotional attachment. Most people are gonna take that emotional attachment.
And it's like you got to go with what you know. I know my sibling gonna save me. Like if it was the other way around, how I know them people would want to save me.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing. I'm saving my sibling. Like,
Yeah, so,
there's no question. That's why I said that was a very simple question.
You know,
So y'all would just kill off 5 people just like that. Like let them burn up. Just like
technically, we not killing them.
I'm saving myself. It's burning up in here. Like, no. Y'all gotta think.
Yeah, that's what
They better be smart enough to be right behind me. So I shouldn't even have to save your
whoever
ass.
close to me, we getting out.
Y'all should be saving yourselves. Alright, so overall, we would pick the sibling. We all can agree. Alright, y'all, so we're going to get right into our very first topic, which is conspiracies. And the question is, what is your favorite conspiracy and why? Who wants to start?
I think mermaids is real.
Okay.
I ain't coming up off it.
Okay. Talk about it.
Because you got to think about it. You know how much water is like undiscovered that motherfuckers ain't go down to? Like,
right.
And then like, even if you don't believe in like the crazy evolution, how they say like we came from apes and all that shit, it's still evolution to a certain degree. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like mermaids is real. Now they might not look like how we depict them to be, like, you know, the movies and shit like that. Like, or I feel like they for sure real. They just might not be like what we have in our mind them to be like. You know what I'm saying? Like they might just really be like a super intelligent life form of a fish or whatever the case may be. Like they ain't necessarily got to be half human, half fish type shit.
Do you think that they are going into the theory of they are what is it?
Like how Michael B. Jordan was saying in Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I do believe that mermaids were slaves that jumped overboard. Female slaves at that. And keep in mind, you know how they say mermaids are like supposedly evil? If you were a slave and you jumped overboard and all that, connect the two.
I ain't gonna say I believe that, but I wouldn't be against it neither.
Yeah,
you know
it's
definitely a good theory for sure. That'd be crazy if it was, because that makes sense. Because you know we like the shit. So.
Or somehow like some dolphins or something help them.
Because you know dolphins,
right? Help them swim away.
Dolphins super smart.
They are. They probably did use their little echo and got them out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they became mermaids, and then they ascended. All right, that's a good one. Go ahead, B. You go next.
I feel like dolphins, like you ever heard of the conspiracy that dolphins and whales like were on land? They were able to walk on land.
I did hear that.
There was actually a time when whales could walk. The fossil record shows how these animals transformed from tiny 4-legged plant eaters no bigger than house cats to the seafaring giants we know today. This change was dramatic and kind of fast.
I never heard of it before.
I did hear that, but they ain't had like 2 feet. Did they was walking on their fins or something? How did they walk?
I don't know.
Or they were slithering. Or were they slithering?
I don't know. Like it was just like
a
they were
reptile?
able to somehow be on land.
The
Okay.
first generation of of creatures.
You heard that, Joe?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Get into it. She likes Discovery Channel, guys. So talk to him.
It's a lot.
What did you read?
No,
Or watch?
they were just saying like the first generation of like sea animals, like from billions and billions of years ago, like they was able to like be on land and the sea, like they were just like
Before they came like one dimensional.
That's true. Did y'all know penguins was actually 5 feet?
Both groups evolved enormous ancient species that stood at least 1.5 meters tall. Yes, that means penguins used to grow even bigger than emperor penguins do today. We are missing out on some seriously large birds.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But see,
back in the day.
a lot of animals were like,
Happy.
what you want to say, like giant size type shit back in the day, like a lot of them joints. I don't know if I heard penguin, but I heard like even like some regular like tigers or whatever the case may be. Like they used to be
were
way
bigger.
They were way bigger than what they were.
Oh yeah, they probably went down over generations. for
Everything
sure.
was a lot bigger.
Being domesticated.
Yeah, like mammoths and shit.
Mammoths,
Yeah,
elephants. Yeah.
they was elephants.
They was actually before dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Mammoths.
I did.
Sharks was before dinosaurs.
Since the Silurian period, long before the rise of the dinosaurs, these prehistoric wonders of the seas have been slowly evolving, branching out into some of the strangest and spectacular forms.
I don't even believe in dinosaurs. That's another thing. But roaches was before
Roaches gonna be after
sharks.
everything.
So
too.
roaches was really here.
really
They gonna be here because they I learned this in my genetics class. They have a low life deficiency. You know what I'm trying to say. So basically, they don't need a lot to live. They can live off of like barely nothing. Like they can live with 2 weeks with their head chopped off. You know what I'm saying? Like they can, and their endurance is very high.
And if a nuke hit this joint,
It's gonna be one that, you know what I'm saying? And they just gonna keep.
Cockroaches as a species are 300-million-year-old insects. They've been around for a very, very long time and are not likely to disappear anytime soon. They may even inherit the Earth following a nuclear disaster. After the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945, it was mentioned that cockroaches were among the Japanese city's only survivors. These incredibly tough little creatures simply refuse to go down without a fight.
Roaches gonna always be here.
You know what type of roaches is like in America? Like they're like called like German roaches.
Wait. So in other places, all
Which one, the
roaches are
black
called
one?
German
Which one?
roaches
Like the
too?
brown
No,
ones?
I mean like roaches
black one?
like that are like over here. Some of the, like the
Like
called,
water bugs?
German. Yeah, they like
Oh,
the
not
type,
cool.
the species.
Like
Because
its proper
they're
name.
like they weren't from here. Those roaches. They weren't like
They was
this
imported.
continent.
We have imported
They came-
roaches.
They
Like
came.
how the lanternflies
They came
was.
over.
Yeah, them lanternflies is definitely imported.
That
They
sound like
they
shit
smelling
like that.
me out.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Species native to China first appeared in the U.S. back in 2014.
Like you could look it up. It's shit like
I
that.
believe
I
it.
believe it because just like when we was growing up, you never seen a lanternfly a day in your life.
No.
Yeah, no, they came from China. I remember that.
A lot of shit came from that.
All right, let me. Well, go ahead,
Yeah,
Keanu.
get yours.
Get your theory off.
Dang.
Cause we into it.
Well, mine is still like the Illuminati.
You believe it's real?
I don't know. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Okay, do you not necessarily do you believe it's real? Do you think the Illuminati is what people base it to be?
Like, what's the?
Because all right, in society they want to say like Illuminati, you sacrifice somebody, they make you rich, and it's like a little society, whatever the case may be.
No, I think it's
smart.
way deeper than that.
Yeah,
Like-
I think that's what they want you to think.
That's what, it's like the cover.
Yeah.
I think it's way deeper than
Oh,
that.
he might not feel the same.
He don't want nobody. He don't want to get in trouble. He don't want to get no phone call.
That one for after the episode.
Okay, behind the scenes. Behind the
I'll
scenes.
text it to you.
Okay.
It's a lot of shit that go on.
Okay. But you did say something about you think they control time.
Yeah. I was saying that because you were saying yours was the Mandela effect.
Yeah, just tell the world.
Because it was tying into that because I was thinking like that's a way of them like just control, like they just control
They be
everything.
switching shit
like,
out
they
in
control
reality,
the government,
yeah.
they control like the world, like they control
They control you.
Using
you.
They like the 2%ers that actually like be making shit happen in the world.
Yeah, like it's like a secret society. Like y'all don't even
12
know how secret
families.
it is. Like,
It's,
no, like
it's the ones you
deep.
don't know about.
It's deep.
Nah, that's right.
Right.
Because it be even if you don't know about everything, it'd be like little shit that just make you pause and be like, why is
A lot
it
of
like
stuff
that?
is too questionable,
Yeah.
too coincidental. I don't even believe in coincidences. So, yeah.
Seriously.
But mine was definitely the Mandela effect. Like, that was a big thing because when it came back around, because I was already into it when I read it, like, years ago. But when they brought up their Chick-fil-A thing, it blew my mind because, when I was younger, it really was spelled C-H-I-C because I remember having to think,
Well,
like, I
right?
know it's not spelled right, so I
Yeah.
had to always think twice about how to spell Chick-fil-A.
When it first
Now all of a
came
sudden they
out.
threw a K in there. Now it's everywhere. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the people who think that it really is C-H-I-C-K is in a whole different reality. And the people who know that it's C-H-I-C, we is in the fifth dimension. We is in another frequency. Let's get into it. So,
Oh, do y'all remember that Shazam movie or something?
Shazam with Michael Jordan?
No, I can't think of what it was called, but it was like
Space Jam.
Oh, that was Kazam.
Kazam.
That was that joint. Sure.
That was a good one.
No, what was that movie that Sinbad did that they keep saying that he didn't do?
Sinbad, you guys know, was a very popular comedian from the 90s. For some reason, people believe that there was a genie movie that starred Sinbad. Some people say that movie was called Shazam. That movie doesn't exist.
It was a
I don't
movie.
know. That's the Mandela effect thing, though.
Yeah, like it was this movie that they say he did, and I remember it. That's the crazy thing. I can't remember what it was called though.
I don't know that one, but I know about the bursting birds. They always talk about that one.
Shit.
What,
The
people don't
bursting
think it was real?
birds. No, it's the spelling of it.
Apparently, everyone remembers that it's spelled Berenstein, E-I-N, but according to the publisher and writers, it's never been spelled that way. It's always been Berenstain, A-I-N. Take a moment and rack your own memory. Do you spell it E-I-N? If so, you're like most people. If you spell it A-I-N, then you're clearly part of the cover-up.
Oh.
Yeah.
They changed
Something
it
about
up.
the spelling of it, yeah. But
I was about to say, how niggas remember the Berenstein Bears?
that's what I'm saying.
Like our planets and the universe is like everything is like aligned to a mathematical T. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah. Everything is an equation.
Yeah, so it's like everything's an equation.
Right. You are an
My
equation.
man be talking about that.
I am an equation.
How everything brings back to a mathematical equation.
That's a
We're
fact.
red.
We don't even know what time it really is.
Time is an illusion. That's the biggest conspiracy.
Keep telling me.
I feel like if you knew absolute time, you literally could do some crazy shit.
No, let me tell y'all this, because I got to tell the world this. So, it's no such thing as like night and day. The moon and the sun is just doing their thing. They just being the moon and the sun. Like, they rotate and doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? They just so happen to be light and dark and making the reflections. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's really just one big day. Everything is really present.
The present is the only real time. There is no past, and there isn't a future, and there never will be.
It's not broken down like how y'all think it is. That's how your mind has been brainwashed to believe.
Nah, that's because I forget where it's at. It's somewhere in the world where like it don't get dark. Right?
Yeah,
it's just like it's just,
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it is? I was really playing. I was playing. But we are going to do our final closing statements on the topic of conspiracies. Go ahead, Kiana.
So yeah, basically it's a conspiracy because you just never know if it's like really happening or not. Because it's just like too much stuff be happening and it just don't make sense. And then it do make sense if that makes sense. If that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I got to say about conspiracies. You gotta be 2 steps ahead.
Okay. Period.
I feel like even if you don't believe in them to a certain degree, it'd be like some truth to it. Like, all right, another one of mine is like aliens been here because you know what is it, Antarctica?
No.
Like how like at a certain point they don't let you go past it no more, and it's like for what? Why is that like that? So it'd be like even if you don't fully believe into conspiracies, it's like you got to still take it with a grain of salt, like because where's some of this truth coming from? You know,
Right.
This was like a all tropical planet.
What's your closing statement?
Oh
Then?
yeah, My closing statement, conspiracy is, I feel like conspiracy is just like truths that are not told yet to a certain degree for certain things. Like it's a lot of truth to madness.
Okay.
So like truths that haven't been proven true
Yeah,
yet?
basically.
Like theories that haven't been proven true yet?
Yeah, it's like it's so like you said, you don't believe in coincidence. I really don't either. It's like too many things that line up.
Right.
For it not to be some sort of truth to it.
Okay. My closing statement would definitely be keep an eye open. Always. Always have an open mind. Never believe what they want you to believe and stay black. All right, y'all. So topic number 2 is going to be, how do you know when to give up? And the first question is, what are the signs that it is time to let that person go? Go ahead, Brandon. I want you to start this time.
I feel like when you want to let somebody go, when you got to, I don't know, like it's it's that feeling. It's when you don't ignore that last red flag.
Mm-hmm.
Because like usually is red flags along the way, but it's when you just don't ignore that last red flag and you're like, you know what, I gotta get out of this.
Okay.
So what it feel like then? Because you said it's a feeling. What it feel like?
It's like it depends on the person, I guess, because like it could be a relieving feeling, like, you know what, it was just confirmation of what I needed to know. Or like to another person, it could be like, you know, it could be hurtful because it's like, damn, like I really put you on this pedestal, or I don't know, like,
That part,
people
on pedestals.
I really held you to like a higher standard.
Geez, what's the signs for you?
See, for me, it's different. Because it'd be like, I don't like people. So it'd be like, once I let you in, it's like, I already consider it locked in. So
if we locked in, ain't no switching up.
I do everything for you, feel what I'm saying? So then once I get that, like, all right, just like you say, because to a degree it is motherfuckers ignoring the red flags, and then you be like, all right, you know what? You try to do something different. Like, all right, look, I need, like, talking to him, trying to get that reciprocated feeling back, whatever the case may be. And then, like, for me, like, once I feel like I've went through all options, and it ain't nothing else that's shaking, like, I don't see no change behavior or nothing, it's like, I'm pretty cool, like, but I get, like, cold-hearted, though, like, because it'd be like, I don't know, it might be wrong to be like, I'll still hang out with the person and shit like that, but I'll be like, one-word answer, like, turned off, like, I don't care what you want to do, like, you see what I'm saying, like, basically all the shit girls don't like, oh, what you want to do, I don't know what you want to do, like, I ain't that same, like, that energy I was putting out before is turned off for sure.
Okay.
I ain't giving it out no more.
Okay. Keon, what you feel? What's the signs for you?
The signs for me is just like, it would be me and my feelings internally.
Okay.
Like, I just don't feel anything.
Okay. Okay, when you numb.
Right. Yeah, that's when I know. Like, it's just like, I'm just not feeling the spark no more. Like, and it's just like how you said, like, we exhausted all options. Like, I asked you to do this. We trying to do this. We not clicking no more. Like, and it's just like a drag. Like, I mean, when it's a drag, I feel like when you coming home to a person every day and it's just like, you got to sit in the car for 15 to 20 minutes before you even go in the house to deal with a motherfucker. That's how you know.
And this shit become hard. Like, it shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, like a chore.
Yeah, like.
Shit shouldn't be this hard.
So, I was about to say, I feel like the universe always give people signs initially off the back. So if everybody know that, then why is it that people end up in these long ass toxic relationships if the signs are there from the rip? Why do you think that is?
The infatuation. That infatuation in the beginning be like,
or the attachment.
Yeah, it'd be real. And then you know what else? You know what else it'd be too? I ain't gonna speak for both sides, but sometimes like motherfuckers probably really be thinking like, man, this dating pool ass. Like it's probably not gonna get no worse.
You get comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
You don't want to learn
people
another
the benefit
person.
of the doubt. Yeah.
Like, think about it. Like, think about how hard it is to get to know a motherfucker, get to know their ins and outs.
Your favorite
like,
color.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I know she like these snacks and shit like that. And then it's just like, it's exhausting even thinking about having to do that process over again. So, like, you probably be ready to be done with that person, but then you just think about that. You like, oh my God, you know what? fuck it, I guess I'm stuck with this shit.
But me being a person who took that leap of faith from a 5-year toxic relationship, back in the dating pool, I do hear what y'all saying. Like, it is horrible. But I feel way better being here than I was there.
Okay.
Like, way better. Like, way better. Like,
I'd rather cry alone than cry in a relationship.
Way better.
Like, yeah.
What you mean by that?
Well, just mean like I'd rather be sad by myself than be with you when you're supposed to make me happy, and or not. You know, I'm not supposed to make me happy, but you're supposed to be in a happy relationship, and you know what I'm saying. I just rather be by myself, like, and deal with my own issues as opposed to being in a relationship and having to be miserable.
Right, like you ain't helping me.
Yeah, you ain't even. I might as well just be sad alone. Like you adding on to dumb shit. Like no.
Oh, that's facts.
Yeah.
So that's your signs when you know it's time to go.
Well, my signs would be kind of what Kiana was saying, like the internal thing. Like if I feel like it's not right, it's not right. Like my intuition is everything. So that's what I trust the most. You could do and say whatever you want, but if this don't feel right in here, forget about it.
So before the final like cutoff, like how long in between before like when you giving that person a chance, like say like you said, you explain to them like, look, this is what it is, I ain't feeling it. Are you giving them a chance to correct the behavior? Or
oh yeah, because we all human.
Yeah. Talk, communication.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Once I get to that point, it'd be like, I'm cool. I ain't giving no chances. I'm pretty cool.
If it's repeated behavior, I definitely gotta go. You know what I'm saying?
Correct
if it's repeated, yeah. But if I see effort, yeah, I'll give you a chance.
Not like in like a, because you know I like now in this climate you can't say shit a certain way. But like you, if I'm fucking up somewhere, correct me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you fucking up somewhere, I'm gonna correct you. And it's like is we condone that shit.
Yeah.
that's
but I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people will make the mistake and just talk shit about the person and be like, he doing all this nut shit, but don't tell that person. And it's not fair because that person could correct it had you just vocalized it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you punishing them without even giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, you mad at me and not even telling me? Like,
damn, you ain't even give me that.
You ain't even tell me that this bothered you. Like, I would have just not did it no more. Like, what?
And it was that
I didn't even know that hurt you. Yeah, because when I was with this person, that didn't bother them. So you have to tell me because everybody, different strokes for different folks.
You have to communicate.
Have to communicate. All right, let me get into my next question because we went in on that one. So the next question is, what is the difference between fighting for what you love and holding on to a toxic situation, being as though it's a thin line between the two? Like, how would you know the difference? Like, because you know how people be like, man, I need to fight for, you know, my man. Like, you're supposed to go through tough times, and then it's like, damn, when do I know to just let go and knowing that I shouldn't be fighting for tough times?
It's just like I said, like, what's the tough times? Like
okay,
we gonna keep
you're
going
not
down
cheating
this
and all that.
road. No,
right?
like, it don't even gotta be cheating. You see what I'm saying? Like, it could just be like, just like you said, something.
What about financial? That's a tough time. That's a very tough time.
Yeah,
that's a very tough
like,
time.
So it's like, put it like this. Because it's like I said, it don't gotta be cheating. It could be like I said, we ain't gonna keep repeating this. We ain't gonna keep going down this same road type thing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I think the thin line is the reciprocation. Like, this motherfucker heard what you said and is trying to make a change, and you do. That's fighting for your love. Or if you just can tell that that's a good person, it's like, look, yeah, he may snore, but it's like that nigga take care of me, and I ain't got me out here looking stupid.
It's a give and take. Yeah.
Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Like, because people would be like, mind you, it ain't too much with the men, but more so with the women. It'd be like, oh, he gotta have a 6-pack. He 6'5", and okay, what if he check off and then it's just the one thing, like you gonna let your soulmate walk because of that one thing, like, or your potential soulmate?
It depends on, because nobody's perfect, so it's like, what are you willing to put up with? You know, like
that part.
Yeah. Like, does that person make it worth it?
That's a good way to put it. Like, because everybody gonna come with their bullshit. It's just like, what Jacquees say, I'd rather deal with you and your bullshit type shit.
Exactly. All right, y'all. So we are going to do our closing statements on how do you know when it's time to give up. Brandon, since you started, you can close us out.
Just find love. Like, don't give up on love. Even though, like, sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Like, no. That was a good one, though. Yeah.
Don't give up on
Team love. Go ahead, G.
Nah, Unc ain't never stays wrong. So I'm gonna tell you, like I say this, man. If they ain't gonna do it for you, don't do it for them, and don't ignore that voice in your head. Like, it's telling you some real shit. Don't ignore the red flags. That's it.
Kiara.
Yeah. I would say the same. Don't ignore the red flags. Because like when you just know, like you gotta sit there and question it if it come to your head. Then it's just like it's time. You gotta do what's best for you. I'm all about self-love and self-worth and knowing your worth. And I feel like once you know your worth, you know what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with. Right. Period.
Right. And I feel like basically what they was all saying, and follow your intuition. Always trust your intuition. And if you want to say follow your heart, you can say that too. But I like to get a little deeper and say follow your intuition for sure. And that's about it. All right, y'all. That is a wrap. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And holla at your favorite girl.